If humans vanished from the world tomorrow, the planet would not fall into chaos. Instead, Earth would begin a slow transformation, reclaiming what had been altered in our absence. In the first few hours, silence would blanket our cities and towns. The hum of traffic, the distant buzz of conversation, the glow of lights, all would fade. Subways would screech to a halt. Planes in flight would continue on autopilot. But as fuel ran low, those too would disappear from the sky and come to a rest, forever grounded. Within days, the effects of our absence would become clear. Power plants, unattended, would begin to fail. The energy grids, so dependent on a constant human hand, would falter first in cities, then in less populated areas. Without electricity, pumps necessary to supply water to countless homes and offices would cease, and the intricate networks we installed for our comfort would quickly become inert and useless. In homes, animals would soon begin to notice our disappearance. Many pets left alone would face uncertain fates. Domesticated dogs might fare better, banding together, reverting to pack instincts in search of food beyond the empty kitchens and backyards. Cats, nimble and resourceful, could return to their ancestral roots as hunters. In the countryside, livestock would escape the confines of pastures and barns, mingling with wild herds, some to survive, and others to be reclaimed by the land. As days turned to weeks, nature's resilience would reveal itself in full force. The windows, doors, and roofs of our buildings, no longer maintained or repaired, would slowly give way to wind, rain, and creeping vegetation. Without regular mowing and trimming, lawns would become wild meadows. City parks, once sculpted and orderly, would blur at the edges, brambles and saplings taking root in every patch of soil. No longer checked by human intervention, animals would begin expanding their territories. Deer might be spotted grazing in city streets, while foxes and raccoons would explore urban neighborhoods unchallenged. Birds, always opportunists, would nest in open rafters and empty attics. The absence of traffic and pollution would encourage the return of more delicate creatures, butterflies, bees, and songbirds, whose numbers had dwindled in the presence of constant human activity, would multiply. Within 5 years, plants would have pried up the asphalt in many places. Roots would break through pavement, weaving across forgotten highways. Streets and parking lots would succumb to weeds, and forests would spread unchecked at the edges of cities. Without humans to clear them away, invasive species might thrive, changing the order of local ecosystems. But biodiversity in many regions would rebound, given the freedom from pesticides and habitat loss. Larger animals, deterred for centuries by the sights and sounds of civilization, would slowly roam closer to human settlements. Wolves, bears, or wild boar might be seen wandering through crumbling suburbs. Rivers, free from pollution and artificial embankments, would alter their courses, carving new paths and flooding low-lying neighborhoods. After half a century, our cities would be unrecognizable. Skyscrapers, starved of maintenance, would buckle under their own weight. Metal would corrode, glass would fall, and vines would shroud steel and concrete in green. The skeletons of our infrastructure, bridges, overpasses, dams, would persist, but water and weather would eventually wear them down. Coastal cities, without levees and pumps, would be swallowed by the sea as tides and storms reshape shorelines. As centuries pass, only the largest, most durable monuments to our presence might remain. A handful of stone structures or the mysterious outlines of our cities engraved in the landscape. Nature, patient and persistent, would once again hold sway over every corner of the earth. If any alien visitor arrived millennia later, they might wonder at the remnants they found, faint echoes of a vanished civilization, and marvel at how swiftly the world reclaimed itself when humanity left.